My swag is on fleek and I won. Ted Cruz just killed my son. I just got a letter from the government.
Welcome to Fourside Fights, featuring The Cheat, Chroma 09, Wills, and Hugs 86.
All right, citizens of Fourside, I'm Jackzilla, and I know, number one, the bad luck of Melee players has to run out eventually, but until then, consider subscribing to Homemade Waffles, Cody Schwab, Magi, etc. Number two, stalling in Ultimate is cool and should be encouraged. Number three, I stand with the brave Melee Online advanced activists who are posting War Hero endlessly. And number four, the FDA should put a tax on every download of that Marth skin where he's smoking a cigarette. We have to protect public health. Let's go to each side. Should the FDA regulate Marth skins? The Cheat.
I'm a small government man through and through, so no.
Let Marth smoke. All right, Chroma?
You know, I don't think it's going to be the FDA. I'd like to see the SEC get in here. It's a security somehow, and they want it to be one way. It's going to be another. They're going to jail.
Wills, what do you think?
Free cigarettes, free Marth, free all skins.
Okay. And Hugs?
Free market. Let it all rock.
Let it all rock. Every skin can
rock.
have a cigarette. All right.
Yes.
Every man a king, every skin a cigarette. Welcome to Fourside Fights. We've got four outstanding guests today who are going to act as pundits as I throw topic after topic at them. They'll give their takes. If they're entertaining or interesting, I'll give them points. If they're boring, repetitive, or patently unreasonable, I'll subtract. And of course, I can mute any contestant at any time for any reason. The player with the most points at the end is our winner. They get to commentate the three losers as they take it to Fourside in a hypothetical free-for-all, so we can see exactly how their punditry translates to Melee. We'll see if that goes well in this particular episode. Let's just say there's a reason our guests are mostly in the negatives. First topic, DreamHack San Diego Top 8 was a unique viewing and attending and commentating experience. It featured some cool Melee, and in the background, the music of City of Sound and the, quote, loudest, most feral act you could have had, unquote, according to the producer of that act, Scene Queen. After the head TO apologized and paid the Melee players for the inconvenience they experienced during Top 8, and Righteous J, the lead singer of City of Sound, apologized on the Smash Bros. Subreddit, I have to ask, should Melee be prepared to share the stage going forward, perhaps in exchange for money, or was this a fumble? Let's start out with The Cheat.
You know, I think we've kind of gotten coddled a little bit with these sort of specialized tournaments, you know, that are, we haven't really been the sort of like baby brother in a lot of places since EVO went away. And I think we kind of have to get used to that happening every once in a while. It's not the biggest deal. And, we've been through some tough conditions in the past, what with, power strips getting kicked out of outlets and whatnot. I know, Jack, you had a really good experience playing Melee with a Must Cash concert in the background. So, I think this is something that we just kind of have to get used to, is just like the constant blare of electronic dance music.
Yeah, electronic dance music forever, Melee forever. Wills, what do you think?
I mean, I remember one DreamHack we had Waka Flocka and it was fine. I feel like we just have to get used to that. Just bring your own earplugs because you're not going to pay for this like solo Melee tournament.
Yeah. I mean, that was the other tech at Smash Camp, it was not enough to have earplugs. It was earplugs plus noise-canceling headphones on top of them would combined have enough power to defeat the noise of snoring Smashers. Chroma, what do you think?
Yeah, I think what happened was a travesty, and I think we need an apology. I'm not talking about being on Saturday. I'm not talking about there being 16 setups. I'm not talking about there being a very dope concert. I think top players should have had to pay for the concert. They should not be paid to steal money and work from these artists. And one thing I've got to say, back in the day, things were a little bit gullier. I played a tournament and TO'd it, which was probably a mistake, during a dance competition. BPM was basically, 110, and also decibels were 110. I beat every single Marth. They couldn't hear a single side B I did. It rewards the skilled player. We need to have more of that.
Yeah. Can you clap out 110 BPM for us real quick?
No, I won't do it because this is
all right, Hugs, what do you think?
So I think that the future of Smash events, it's already happened at locals, is having Smash tournaments and So like Smash tournaments and a thing that's happening. So all locals at our bars and breweries, etc. So Smashers have to learn how to deal with distractions. And I think that is the future. And this, while the concert is the most extreme version of that, I think it built character and it lets people know they're on notice. They can't just have their quiet little focused tournaments anymore. They got to get used to it. Not a fumble.
It's all about building character. What was the experience of commentating? Were you on notice as a commentator?
It built my character for sure. You know, I blasted the volume of my own voice so loud so I could hear myself through the concert. And I didn't notice until I took my headphones on and my ears were still ringing. But it was from my own voice. I played myself.
And that's why we get paid the big bucks as commentators.
That's why we get paid
exactly.
the big bucks. Everybody's
so
wondering,
much money.
over these years, commentators have certainly out-earned top players. And this is what it's all about. It's about our ability to adapt and survive. Okay,
Absolutely.
So we've got two opinions. Anybody disagree with Chroma's take here that we actually should have paid them?
No.
Nope.
That band, the lead singer seemed hella cool. I think we should have paid them.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, they're like promoting the tournament now. They're like retweeting. They're talking about Smash. It's free. We're getting a lot more out of that deal than we ever would have had going in.
Right? Worth.
I just feel like if Ginger had a rock concert and it was the other way around, he would not have said sorry. Like big props to the concert for just bothering to like care at all about our event. Like they don't have to do that. Like we're already being coddled then.
Yeah, we'll be getting into that later, Wells. Let's move on to our second topic. In the end, of course, Amsa defeated Axe with Kadoran, Fiction, Spark, Curve, Wevins, and Franz, rounding out DreamHack's top 8. What were all of your impressions of the gameplay of top 8? Has the Nile overflowed, bringing life to the desert of Marth versus Pikachu? Is it finally over, and we should start to expect that to be a more evenish matchup? Anybody could jump in.
I think it's over. I think Mars will continue to defeat Axe, not every single time, but at the very least, it'll be more competitive now. The blueprint is out there. Kadoran is cracked. Zane is always cracked. I think it's just going to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah. Will there ever come a time, do you think, when Axe shifts off Pikachu? For
the matchup? No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I cannot hear this, Jack. Yes, Kadoran is quirked up. He is the Prince PPMD promise. I do think that's true, but he did lose the run back. Way more important than that is that I thought Fiction really underperformed. And the reason I say that is this is as close to a Verdugo as you can get. No setups, super, super crowded, a crowd of people just screaming. But I think actually the music may have nerfed him a little bit. The All Hail Fiction didn't come out. I had Fiction winning this one easily. And I was really impressed by Amsa's headbanging. He showed a level of top player that I haven't seen before. He's my new number 1 for the year.
Yeah, it was impressive for sure.
And what I want to go back to with Marth Pika, no one's doing it that isn't Kadoran or Zane. And Zane has 2 big advantages. Being able to pay Swift all the time to come out to go and do things, and being the best player.
Doing it? Who else should be doing it besides Kadoran and Zane?
You know what? I'm going to say it. I can't think of other Marth players.
Okay, but before you thought of Zero, remember that. Before it used to be none. This is a marked difference.
Yeah, what's the math between 2 versus 0? What's the return on investment there?
You're a finance guy, right?
I think this is just this was a bad move by Kadoran to win because he's showing that what he was saying to me was true, which was there are things that you can do in this matchup. You can juggle Pikachu, you can edge guard, you can improve and get better at the game and learn new things about Marth. And I think that was a bad move. None of the other Marths are going to hang out with him anymore after this, except for Blur. Blur invented everything that Kadoran does in this matchup, and we do have to take some time to give him some credit for that.
For sure. Any other takes on the gameplay of top 8? I got a different way to go on this too.
You are all delusional if you think that this means a slide for Axe in the Pikachu Marth matchup. In the final analysis, his set record against Kadoran is going to be like 20-1. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen again.
2.
He's gonna slip through. Oh, whoops! I gave you the wrong person points. But, all right, yeah, it's like, how many does Kadoran have to win in a row? But how many is Kadoran in their past like 5 sets? What's their record?
This is the first time he beat him.
No, it's not.
No, it's the second time.
No,
Mikey.
it's not.
It's the second time, Mikey. They're gonna
Mickey
the
Mouse
lifetime record
backwards
is
Mikey.
20.
And that third set,
Trying
was
to
the
change
last
the
game.
record for AZ once again.
Yeah, Mikey doesn't know. He doesn't know when Axe loses.
That's why Mikey didn't think it was indicative of anything. He didn't know about that second set.
Okay, well, at main stage there was the end was a little. It was tense. It was a close game 5.
There was no music playing though. How tense could it be?
That's a good point.
All right, let me put this maybe a different way, because the other thing that happened in this top 8 kind of to me featured a lot of players that either Axe kind of running into the brick wall that is AMSA historically for him. There's a lot of those situations right now in Melee, so I want to give you a twist on this. Which will happen first? AMSA beats Plup, Plup beats Cody, Axe beats AMSA, or HBox beats Cody? Which of those 4 do we think will happen first?
I have the answer here, but I'll wait.
In order for Plup to beat Cody, he has to attend a tournament.
Yeah. Plup Connor is right. Connor would be the most likely.
And she does get to take those points.
It did almost happen game 5, but Plup will not come to another tournament. Touchdown Juan will play Cody 10 times before we see Plup play Cody again one time.
I think HBox is going to beat Cody first before any of those other ones happens, because HBox goes to every single tournament. I saw that man partying at TwitchCon until 5 a.m. and the next morning I woke up and he was posting on Twitter about playing his big house pools. He flew all the way overnight to play. On top of that, Cody's going through it. That man has no good luck. He's going to run into HBox, have a bad day. HBox gonna win it.
That's very fair. I do want to push back though. Like you're comparing HBox partying so that he can wake up and win pools. Is that the same? If he parties, does that also mean he could beat Cody?
I am just explaining that HBox goes to everything no matter what. So there will be many matches to be had.
Okay. And you don't believe he's getting his power is diluted like butter script over too much bread.
It doesn't look like it. He
Cool.
kind of plays the same no matter what. So
okay. Let's see. Let's kind of move into our next topic. Unless anybody else has takes on who will beat whom first.
I just have a mystery 5th option. I just think Axe will beat HBox before those things happen.
Yes. I don't think it happens.
Mystery 5th option.
True.
I love it. I like Axe's Fox every time. Axe also pulled out the Fox on Hungrybox at Coinbox. And it looked pretty promising before falling apart.
Just stick with it. Like, look, you could be the Polish Fox too. We saw that. It's gonna happen. The revolution's on the way.
I'm tired of buying copium in these markets.
We got like 3 more sets before HBox learns what to do against down throw in that matchup. So
yeah, I think
he's done learning. Yeah,
I
think he's got way more sets than 3 in the can before that stops working.
So this is brain plasticity really is being tested here. I just don't think that, it makes me feel bad when you get that many down throw reaction reads and you still don't win the set and you're losing a coin box, which is super unfair because touchdown 1 on coin box is just a mystery. Sometimes you're going to get double W holder. Sometimes you're going to get like perfect, offline play. But nobody's going to respect you for losing to touchdown 1 online after you lose to Palpa, after you lose to S-Pop, after you lose to Salt. After you lose to Zion, probably. I mean, it's just a disaster out there.
Yeah. So speaking of disasters out there, let's move on to our next topic. In the larger swirling destruction of the esports world, we now have CLG pulled into the depths with Zane escaping from, the larger destruction of the world on a ship called Moist. To me, the shift that is happening before us is pretty clear. You got to lead with content or die. How will Smashers fare in this world? Will their charisma be enough to keep up with the raw popularity of other games?
Yes.
Going on.
I don't think it's going to be much worse than it was before. I don't know.
Five figures isn't
when
that
are you
much
defining as before?
Like pre-2017, something like that, Like, we can go through these periods and then come back stronger than before. Like, we've proven that time and time again. And I think this is just kind of, one of the ebbs here, of the ebbs and flows of the way this sort of thing works. I don't know. I also think that Melee people can be a good investment, I don't think that Melee is necessarily a super good stream game, but I think that not the worst, right? It's certainly not the worst. And I think that as stuff happens like I don't know, like ranked comes out for real, all of that stuff. Like once we get into the swing of having like, bigger tournaments that are popping up more regularly again later this year. At the end of this year, the calendar is absolutely packed. So I think as that comes around, it's going to sort of swing back in the right direction, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think that one of the reasons that Smash is as big as it is because of the personalities within the scene. I think we knew that, for a while, Melee was bigger than the other Smash games. And then the Ultimate players caught up and started putting their personalities out there, thanks to groups like Summit, etc. So our scene is roughly built on personalities playing a really dope game. So I don't think this shift to content in the esports world is going to hurt us. I think we're actually going to thrive in it once we start to figure it out. The thing is, now Smashers are going to have to adapt, which they do. And they're going to start to focus on content. And I think we will swim, not sink.
I think we're doomed.
Okay. Chroma, we're doomed. Tell me why.
I think what Hugo said is absolutely correct. We are able to adapt somehow. This is true. We have some great personalities in the game. Mango is retired for now. That's going to hurt. And I think Mikey was correct in that we are actually a pretty good investment ROI-wise. We're going to be great as a scene. But if I have to rely on top players understanding how to stream correctly and make content and be interesting and entertaining the whole time, I am very worried. I am not super excited about what I've seen over the last 4 to 5 years from everybody, but we have one hope, which is that there really are network effects to this sort of thing. And you actually saw this with Super Mario 64. One streamer gets big, they interact with other streamers and players, you have this kind of community of content together. Our hope, once again, is to pray for Ludwig to make this happen. Make Zane a superstar. He is very funny. He is adorable. That Voldo
He's willing
thing,
to do porn parodies.
he's willing to do anything. We need to just ride the Zane train to victory here, because I can't have more Smashers just streaming 14 hours a day, calling their opponents virgins on Slippy Ranked, and hoping it just works out like Mango. Nobody's got it like him. The vibes are off.
When you say I'm a virgin, it feels hurtful. When Mango says it, it feels like it's
cool
full of love.
somehow.
Right. Wells, what do you think?
I mean, I think that if these Smashers wanted to make money, they would have looked at Mango a bit closer, because when you look at his stream, he doesn't really stream Melee that often. He streams like Mario Kart, he streams like all kinds of games, and most streamers you usually see end up defaulting to Melee, and I want to sleep and I want to turn it off and I don't want to give them my money. So there might not be a 5-figure salary for them if that's what's going to keep happening.
Yeah. Okay. Any final thoughts on this subject? Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Just about 2 weeks ago, the Melee world, nay, the entire world, was shaken when Ludwig defeated Ken. It was really inconvenient timing for me because I've recently decided that Ken is actually the GOAT, but then the veil was lifted, right? Ken only lost to Zane, who was playing for Ludwig. How does this affect Ken's legacy, and which Smasher would be the best on Survivor?
I'm going to say the obvious answer here. First of all, Ken is still the best player of all time. That showed it. He lost to the other best player of all time right now. Zane is #1 ranked right now, and it was a close game 7. I don't want to watch any closer, understand who was playing what, because Ludwig showed some video. I can't believe him anymore. Ludwig is a cheater. We're learning this now. We're being scammed every single day by Ludwig. To go back to Survivor, though, there is a clear answer, and, the media might not like it, but it's definitely the float goat. Hungrybox would be the best Survivor player of all time.
No,
it's not even a question. The charisma he has with normal people is almost incomprehensible to us, but it exists and it's there. Look at the ultimate numbers. We were talking about streamers.
Game film on this, Chroma. You have not watched the Survivor game film.
You've never seen Survivor so clearly.
I watched one season.
This is so.
It was
crazy.
the first season.
He plays. He will never make the merge.
HBox could have won the first season of Survivor. That is true. I agree with that. HBox would defeat Richard Hatch.
You mean the guy that walks around naked in camp?
Yeah, that guy hanged on and watched.
Yeah, that's so hard.
That is 100% a hard move. You know it. I
said to change the rules. You just can't walk around like that anymore. You just can't flop.
They're gonna have to change the rules.
You can't survive your way anymore.
HBox would change. HBox would be like, if you let him come in after seeing a couple seasons, he'd be kind of like Russell. He'd be the greatest villain, but that's where Jake's wrong here. Is like HBox would never win. Good villains in Survivor don't win.
No,
HBox falls on tribal so hard. HBox folds on a tribal.
HBox is not. HBox wants to be liked too much to be in the Russell Hantz archetype. That's the one thing that he wants most in this world, right? I think that the answer here is Mango, because no matter how much shit Mango does, you can't stay mad at him. You never can. Think about all the things that we've seen him say on the internet that are dumb as shit, and we all still love the guy.
Mango misses one of the key parts of Survivor. He will not hit the outwit. He will not hit that. Mango is definitely a tool that you have behind you.
Hugs, what do you think?
I'm with Mikey here. I think Mango nails it. He just wins. I've seen that dude. See, I've known him for a long time. I've seen him at 18, just scraggly, making friends with suits at accounting corporations, and they fucking love him. I've seen frat people love him. I've seen college students love him. I've seen everybody in my life love Mango. It's going to happen. He's winning Survivor. Easy.
Okay. Does anybody believe that the best Smasher who could win Survivor now is still Kenny? Could he go back and do it?
And got 5th at the Survivor Arcadian.
Oh. Okay, yeah, Gabon was in fact just a shit season.
It was a shit season? Why?
No one knew how to play. I'll admit, if you watch it, Ken was pretty good. Ken was surprisingly trying so much harder. He talks about it on some YouTube videos about how when he went there, he thought people would try a lot harder. So he was like, Ken was on it for so many plays. He was definitely gaming. But he slipped up at that last second and got 5th at the Arcadian. Connor's right.
All right.
Like the players suck there.
I don't know about that. It's $1 million Arcadian. I'm not calling it an Arcadian anymore.
You're saying he played against plumbers and milkmen.
Yeah,
that's the whole show.
I'm saying he played
the premise of the show.
He played Walter White without the drugs.
All right.
And then he lost. He lost to that.
But everybody agrees this means Ken's legacy is secured, right? Nobody thinks
best player of all time.
No, Ken's the GOAT.
No.
Has it improved it?
He's the GOAT. Not better than Ludwig Jr. And we would all clown on Ken if we knew he lost to Ludwig Jr.
We would clown on him, but we wouldn't beat him in a melee set.
Do we feel like I feel like as much as there was only like a 5-day gap between the release of the first video and the second, I feel like that is too long of a gap of disrespect for the king. For Ludwig to let us believe that he was that wise.
Jack, let me answer you here, okay? See, when someone secures a legacy the way that Ken has, it doesn't matter if years later after you stop playing the game, you lose to Ludwig Jr., to Mikey's Luigi, whatever, right? It just doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your legacy. It stays intact.
Once you hit grand
doesn't
finals,
matter who you lose to.
It's diamond hands, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. I agree 100%.
Can you argue that the IBDW run at NYXL was better than your second at EVO? Where is this flip-flop coming from?
Legacy secured, Mikey.
Multi-Fourside conditioning.
The worst part about this was... The worst part about this.
To our next topic. Across 5 appearances at Coinbox, Cody Schwab is 123-23 in games, an 84.2% win rate, and 45-3 in sets, a 94% win rate. What should count more for ranking season? This dominance, or the winner of Smash Camp defeating an army of stoned and hungover gamers, or the winner of DreamHack defeating vanilla melee and deaf opponents?
This is not even a question.
All right.
Everything counts.
Everything. Whoa, terrible.
Whoa.
You chimed in for a terrible take, Connor.
Tagged in to lose points. The classic.
That was so bad.
Horrible assist. Lost half the meter off that
was
one. No,
terrible.
this is not questionable. There are so many reasons Coinbox should not count. And here are many of them. Number 1, it's online. We don't even know what's happening. You could have Ludwig playing for you. I don't know if Cody was playing those. It could have been anyone. It could have been his little brother.
You can't.
How do we know?
Don't give me this bullshit. He wasn't playing.
And Cody's too happy in his room. It's too comfortable there. I need to have him out in the woods somewhere for it to count. Maybe he gets put in the vortex by Jackzilla because the edible ain't shit until the edible is hitting me pretty hard, and it's 15 hours in, and I'm too paranoid to talk to anybody.
The Scooty Cutie.
We also need some sort of concert going on. It's Mickey Mouse if you don't get tested by the elements. And for Smash Camp, I'll say it counts if Mikey wants it to count.
And it doesn't.
There we go. So it's
Doesn't-
DreamHack San Diego, a
Screaming that it
major
doesn't
again.
count
San
as
Diego.
Spark racks up win after win in tight Game 5 sets of clearly good Melee.
Cody's win rate online kind of scares me because it makes me realize that I can't check my opponent for cybernetics like online. There's no metal detector
Exactly.
Cody will beep off. I don't know what's going on in there.
You're
don't
saying
know.
that Cody is
ADHD
wearing
drug.
high
He's
mini
very
anal
forthright
teeth
about
like
that.
Hans Niemann.
It
No,
can
no, no,
be.
no,
It
I
can
wanna-
be. It can be in any orifice.
Amphetamines.
No, amphetamines are based. We all agree. Everyone
Yeah,
agree?
no. I had some this Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
all right.
whoa, where's my bag?
Why? Wrong
By the
None of
way-
your
drug.
business, Mikey.
By the way, the answer is definitely DreamHack. Vanilla Melee was actually
No.
early on the day. No, it was early in the weekend, and on stage it was actually the proper form of Melee. But in typical Smasher fashion, no one deleted their old tweets. No one put out a correction tweet. But yes, on stage they were playing proper Melee.
Classic Hugo running defense.
That's the most real it'll get.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I agree that like with the general principle, right, that the idea of doing a panel system is that the balloters can use their subjective minds to tackle these questions. I'm trying to say, if you four are balloters, it sounds like Hugs, you're putting DreamHack at the top. It sounds like other of you rise as Cody does amazing, incredible, Herculean feats. He had a god move online against Hungrybox with his recovery. And we're gonna ignore that.
And it was
touchdown
fake.
one
What?
account
Have
now.
you tried to edgeguard Fox online? Do you know what you're saying? Do you
Hungry
have any idea what's going on? That was not a god move. That was nothing. Cody did nothing.
Cody did nothing. He did nothing.
bro. Have you played Puff online? Have you tried to edgeguard Fox online?
Yeah,
That's
and
just-
I've watched Hungrybox do it. Hey, just because your Puff can't do it doesn't mean I shouldn't hold Hungrybox to a higher standard.
You should hold him the same standard as me. We're all people.
That's true. That's actually fact.
Wow, Jack,
I'll
what?
give you some points back. Yeah. You're right.
You
You're
know,
right.
Except Cody online. He could be anything. He could
All
be
right,
a
let's go move on to our second coin box topic. HBox held in versus Lod for 2 games in a row, and then he came back on audio with myself and Deer, who were on commentary, to declare that he would be playing Ness with Game 3. On Game 3, I desperately tried to reason with him. I tried to say, well, just play one more game with Puff. Just give us one where you try to prove that you can do it, and then you can switch to Ness. But never have I spoken to a man with such earnestness and seen nothing happen on his face to indicate there was any response or processing going on of my words. Maybe somewhere deep within, but he did play the Ness and lost 3-0. Hungrybox claims that given the lateness of the bracket and his lack of energy, this was the best move for the tournament, but in my heart, I still feel a bit robbed. Foursiders, what do you make of making it to top 8 in your own tournament and then sandbagging because a matchup is bad content?
It's my tournament. Of course I'm going to do that. What are you talking about? It's like that thing. It's like that thing where they cut away from Puff Ices. It's like you can tell me what I want, but I could just tell you it's my tournament. It's like right there on Star GG. I can just do that.
But that means somebody else that could have been going for $1,000 gets left out. Mikey, what do you think?
Wills is right. I am going to force Jeffrey Williamson to take 7 bong rips before grand finals. and at Ash Camp. It's well within my God-given right to do that, of course.
Yeah, that was part of the unspoken rule in the waiver, which Friendly Pines is absolutely in support of.
I'm gonna disagree here, and I'm gonna say that's a messed up move. It's your own tournament. We need to always try in any tournament, especially if it's your own tournament, especially if you knocked other people out. If you knock other people out, you do whatever it takes to play your best following that. Anybody who knocks someone out in DQs or decides not to show up to the venue or anything like that, it's a fucked up move.
So where are you at on the people that internet play tournaments and play like all random?
Did they knock someone out for money?
So is the money?
No. I'm saying no. If they entered random and then they got to the money or whatever, they knocked people out playing random, then it's all good. That's what they chose to play. But if they try-harded and then when they get into top 8 or something and knock people out, then they start going random. That's when it's fucked up.
I think
Chroma,
you're getting
shake
closer
your
to
head.
it. But you're playing checkers, and Juan is playing 8-dimensional chess. What you need to understand is that Coinbox is a psyop for psychological devastation that Hungrybox inflicts upon the entire scene. Examples. He streams early matches of himself playing Wevens, going to like game 4, game 5. These are long, brutal sets. Hungrybox's matches are always streamed super early, and he always streams so many of them. Then, after major upset, where he absolutely sucks out on LOD game 5, and one of the most I was so ready to get hurt again, and then I got hurt again moments in Melee history, he deprives LOD. It's multi-tournament conditioning. He says, you're not getting a turn. You're not getting a run back. Enjoy your money, champ, because I'm walking away with a Lambo at the end of this.
Maybe Juan's not a Survivor contestant, but he is Jeff Probst.
He's the host.
I feel like HBox gets tired of it too fast. Like you'll see that Jeff like tries so hard to never break the face, but I think like you were saying, you told something to HBox and his face just didn't change. It's like I need more. I need more from my host.
I do think that had I not been there, he would have switched to Nests 10 seconds earlier. I do think that something was going on, and I delayed the inevitable by 10 seconds, which to me is one of my greatest like achievements as a rhetoric, a rhetorical, persuasive, interested person. Yeah, I think I kind of land with Hugo here. It's like I think if there was not this much money on the line, but like you defeated people who now do not get to play for money because of you, and then you change your mind.
This is America, isn't it?
Yep.
This gotta let him play.
It happens.
Okay. I think he should at least pretend to be injured.
That would have been better.
To do the load management.
That would have been good.
It doesn't work
Many
for
of you
Juan.
think that it was Cap and that he would have lost to LOD 3-0 anyways.
He broke his finger that one Genesis and got like 4th. It just doesn't work. There's no injury strong enough to believe that it can stop him.
Yeah, for the amount of times that Hungrybox has posted about working through whatever's holding him back, even to his own dismay, I don't think we could buy any kind of injury, even at Coinbox.
Let's move on to our next topic, the last one on Coinbox. Aiden Calvin, future potential hard maybe friend of the show, posted that he can't get his money out of Coinbase. He has sworn an oath declaring that Coinbase shall have no part as a sponsor of any of his work going forward. Foursiders, let's read the tea leaves here. Is the last oasis of free crypto money in the scene about to dry up?
I have nothing but nice things to say about Coinbase. Thank you, Coinbase, for bringing us Smash Summit 14.
No,
but yeah, it's over, right? Like we can't. Well, the well's dried up and it's fucked, and it's always been fucked. And yeah, we should have never done it in the first place.
Have we considered that Aiden's money had bad vibes and maybe wasn't fun to be around? Maybe Coinbase is successfully stopping terrorism. I mean, it's really not my place to say on these things. That said, we need Fendrick Lamar, senior policy manager at Coinbase.
You
we
told
are
me not
dead.
to mention his name. You said keep his name out of your copy mouth.
So I can then say, I am
Fendrick's
begging
name out of your mouth.
This is your best way. No, because I saw a special little thing on Coinbase, as I also maybe had some difficulty getting my money out. That basically was like a grassroots line for like Coinbase, crypto advocacy. Good idea. Bad implementation. Just bribe smashers to send letters to senators. We are really annoying and we are dirt cheap. You know what you need to do.
We're an activist community. Pugs, what do you think?
I think for the time being, the well is a little dry, and crypto is paying for a lot of things.
How long do you think the time being will be? You're saying for the time being, what do you got? 6 months? A year?
I'm thinking a year before this economy starts picking back up a little bit. Nothing's over, but we are going to go through it for a bit.
Are we doing an economic show? That's not the problem, as I understand it. The problem is that it's shot and nobody believes in it anymore, and that is the one thing that it needs to survive.
You need belief, yeah. If no one thinks it's good, it won't be good.
I think it's not crypto that's the issue. It's just like the venture capital world of we will throw any amount of money at anything and then just kind of make up a story, and maybe you'll 100x. Or, if it goes bad, it goes bad. I think, the sentiment involving that investment world has died a little bit, which is super annoying because when it's good, they hand us a bunch of money and they don't understand what we're doing. And when it's bad, they still don't understand what we're doing. They don't understand that we can be a good ROI and like actually, activate whatever, and they still don't give us money. So it's just like, Lord Powell, I need peace. My people desire.
I think in due time. I think in due time, people will start to believe again, and things will fix itself. We're in a dip. Melee's in a dip.
guys.
It's just a dip. You gotta buy the dip.
Essentially,
Essentially, that's what I'm saying. You gotta buy the dip, chat.
there's a lot of motivated sellers, Hugs, huh?
I will be following Hugo's financial.
Everybody, please
right
post
after.
your Coinbox current account balances in the chat.
Oh, got that.
I'll give you permission to interact with chat.
$19.12.
All right, let's see what we got.
My gold apes.
Yeah.
I think we're done here with crypto, though. I think the venture capitalists are done giving us crypto because I feel like I saw that new TV show Beef, and I feel like as soon as someone makes their downfall about something you heard about like a year and a half ago, they're done. Like you see somebody lose money on crypto as like a plot point in a TV show, and I feel like we have nothing else for that. I think we're done now. I think that will tank it forever.
On mainstream.
They funged my apes, Jerry.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. This one comes to us from the Fourside Fights Discord. What counts as cheating on net play? Widescreen? L-cancel flashing? Action states? What do you think?
All of the above. All the above. Any additional visual information that you can have on screen while you're playing, it's cheating. It is. It just is.
Widescreen?
Widescreen is cheating. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. You have to have equal conditions. It changes your
they use widescreen at tons of locals.
Yeah,
What?
but
Locals?
it's fine if you're both playing on it, right? But we can't. We have to standardize one way or the other.
I'm not preventing my opponent from playing widescreen. They're
I
choosing.
think you can't, and this is why it's Mickey Mouse, right? We should never count it for the rankings, right? But
No, this is
all
like
cheating.
This is like Hugo trying to play me on 1.00 at the SoCal tournament. Samus wasn't meant to be good. Here's what counts as cheating on netplay. Opening up the netplay client, playing netplay. That is cheating. We have no idea what you're doing. Do I see a local? Do I see LAN? I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to go there. I forgot about this stance. Is the show stance on intellectual property laws. I take it back.
That's right.
I think playing.
I
think playing any spacey online is cheating. Side being with Falco onto the stage is cheating. During the pandemic, the only thing you saw in top 8s were fucking Falco and Fox, and maybe a Marth to counter it. I was so sick. That was the worst meta of Melee ever.
I'm supposed to believe Ginger's the best player in the world now.
Diversity in top 8.
What's that?
Cody Schwab and then whoever else showed up.
Cody Schwab, the cybernetics cheater?
So I will say that defending widescreen is my most Samus pilled opinion. It is kind of nice.
Why are you calling it Samus pilled?
He's on stage making the boom.
You see the Samus way out there.
I feel like there's no cheating online. It's kind of because like I already think it's not real, so it's kind of like the tuning exams. It's like don't stream your overlay, and I won't know anything. Like what am I going to do about it? You clearly just had better resources. You were better equipped for it. It's like, oh, you're going to move on to the next phase, and I might
better resources. Having a widescreen monitor is our
Bruce Wayne strats.
Right? The resource is using your brain to go and click that mod.
You
could be God if you wanted online because it's not real. It's a simulation. You can do anything.
They were all cheating.
So do you all see Moki's tweet last week saying, why the fuck do I try so hard at online? Nobody takes it seriously anyways. You guys all are just saying, yeah, fuck you, Moki. Like, you shouldn't try.
That's different. What happened is that they seeded Moki after getting like top 3 and top 8 at majors below Zion.
The seeding complaint from the online complaint.
No, it's all about the seeding. If you're going to cheat honorably.
There's no honor among thieves, Chroma.
No pity from this lineup. All right, let's move on to our next topic. Let's see if the lack of pity continues. Edwin Budding has put out a doubles bounty on Plup and Hungrybox. The terms are simple. The first team to defeat Plupbox in a set in the next 3 majors they attend wins $1,000. And they can split it however they want. Not necessarily 50-50. If nobody does this, Plup and Hungrybox win the money. If Plupbox triumph, Edwin advocates that we should just cut doubles from tournaments entirely. Will Edwin's praxis be effective?
No.
No.
I think doubles is going to start growing. I think it's only going to get better in the next coming years. This is a cool thing by Edwin. I think it is genuinely entertaining, but just because HBox and Plup end up winning the challenge. I don't think that's the end of doubles, and I don't think it's our doom. I think it's only going up.
Okay, so when Hungrybox, how many sets do they need to win in a row before you think doubles is not worth the time it takes at events?
I don't think they'll win more than 5.
Okay, they've already won 34 in a row. So you think 39 is just out of reach?
That's just where it's over. Yeah.
Okay.
5 more, it's done.
As the financial consultant for Melee Stats, I really wish he had not done this. There are a lot of holes in this. First of all, doubles, often dominated by massive super teams. If you look at Armada and Mewtwo King's record, and Edwin and I did go over this, there is only one team they have a losing or even record to. It is ridiculous how good the best doubles teams are when nobody else shows up. There are going to be 2 things that are going to happen. One, we see a good close 3-1 where they beat Jmook over and over again, and IBD and Cody, or they do the mogul move. Bribery.
Yes.
They split the winnings.
But Hungrybox and Plup get the money if they just win.
No. They want money now, not money later. Interest rates are high. The present value of the money matters right now.
They can turn their slice of that 1,000 into its own 1,000 in the same amount of time that they will fit.
They could put it into crypto.
They could put it into crypto.
They could put it into crypto. It's only going up.
Yeah.
They could put it right into crypto and burn it.
Mikey, what do you think? Doubles bounty?
Who fucking cares, man? We've talked about this like 17 times on the show before. Various different.
Major bummer. Wills, what do you think?
There's not a team that can stop them. But, if I had to pick someone to bribe them, it's like I'd like just like slide Crudo and Panda like 250 each. HBox and Plup get 250. HBox, as we know, cycles it into giving random subs, exponentially increases his value. I don't know what the fuck Plup does with it. I guess he just sits on it.
Let's maybe add a second version of this. Is this the best use of $1,000 in the Melee scene that I've been
No.
Give me $1,000.
This is why Edwin doesn't host this fucking show. It's a bad content idea, and it's not fucking worth it, Edwin.
I feel like there's no one enamored by the thought of this grand. Like, there's no one that we want to win that cares. Like, the super teams won't do it. Jmook does not care about this paltry $500. He wants the glory.
Like, how can Cody
What
care?
I'm enamored by is that Edwin's losing $1,000.
That's great.
No matter what.
A lot of money. This would have worked with 150.
You could have put $12 into this.
I have done Rishi's Jungle Jam and gotten more viewers than Shine Grand Finals for $178.
Oh yeah, we did pay people.
It's not that hard to get good content going.
$1,000 would 10x Connor's pay for the weekend.
Yeah, think of Connor. In the arms of an angel. All right, next topic. Ginger took some social media heat yesterday for a clip of him shit-talking Stone, a Fox player who he decimated in a last hit 2-0 on net play. Stone took it in stride, but it opened a debate about the role of shit-talking in our scene. How do we balance the desire to build an inclusive, positive community with the feral gamer urge to tell people who we defeat to uninstall the game forever?
This is unironically the human resources meme. Just have good vibes. You can say or do anything in this community, seemingly, if people either think it's a bit or people like you. Ginger's big mistake was not flaming Stone or making fun of Stone, who's had bad internet before, but now doesn't. The issue was having bad vibes, and it kind of reminds me of what you see in SoCal, where Mango would like call people virgins, and it's like kind of funny because it's Mango, and then they try and call people virgins, and it's like it's really not funny. You're missing the context here. And I think the answer is be entertaining, be funny. You're streaming. It's an entertainment thing. You really have to think about that. I should not be telling you how to do what is ostensibly now your job, as we talked about a couple questions before. This is frustrating, and it makes me depressed.
Yeah, I think I agree with Chroma here. I think the vibes were definitely off on that shit talk. And it doesn't even have to be like nice. You could also be a rager. Bobby Big Balls was a rager, and that clip was hilarious. They turned it into an emo Midwest song. So I think it's totally fine as long as you got the vibes right. And Ginger in that clip just seemed kind of nasty, and it just felt unnecessary, and it was weird. I didn't like it. Hated it.
I feel like Ginger's never been caught like on camera on stream, and he's been saying something like polite to someone that he's defeated. But we did see the neutral win percentage. I know Stone had 70%, and Ginger right here is like honestly showing his ass a bit because we're talking about like, the security of that 5-figure salary, and it's like they have to be able to call you a virgin and you be okay with that. Like if you can't match the vibe of calling someone a virgin and they'll be okay with it, you're probably putting in the wrong energy.
Yeah. To be clear, we've alluded to this several times this episode. It really is okay to be a virgin. Virgins out there. Yeah. Not me. All right, let's move on to our next topic. Shine 2023 has been announced as the final iteration of the New England Tournament Series. The official Twitter for the series indicated that TOs are looking to, quote, move on to the next chapter of their lives, and the event is still ultimately 10K in debt. They're looking to do a merch drive to cover costs. Shine is near and dear to my heart. It's one of the first events that let me, Mikey, and Chroma do insane things on tournament streams like Top 8 commentary, Rishi's Jungle Jam, and counterproductive ad reads. Is the rise and fall of a major tournament series, we used to call them nationals when they were this big, a normal part of the Melee scene? And what do you make of this announcement generally?
I think that with Shine, it kind of was. It was a long time coming, not because Shine is a bad tournament, but because Shine just would go in the red a lot when they would operate out of Boston. So then they had to move to Worcester to save money. And I also know that the TOs have been doing other things with their time. So just talking to them personally, I knew it was coming, especially in the current state of esports and Smash. I'm happy for them that they're going to be able to move on and do other things. I love Shine and everything they did for us. But this is it's a fond goodbye for me.
Yeah, for sure. Let's quickly go around to each side for your pronunciation of the city in which this tournament is held. We already heard Hugs. Wills, how would you pronounce that city?
Worcester.
The cheat.
Worcester.
Chroma 09.
Departed.
The what?
The
Hugs
Departed.
86.
A great movie.
Worcester.
Okay, just was curious. Anybody else have takes on the tournament having its final, its bittersweet goodbye?
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite tournaments of all time gave me my first finals at a major, and I got to watch Zayn win, which was incredible. They innovated a lot. They were always excited to do anything that seemed interesting and cool, and they were also very transparent about how difficult it was to run a major. So, I understand it, but I think we are going to learn in the future that this didn't need to happen. This particular thing did not need to go the way that it did. I can't really say more about it now, but I think it comes out later that this was not Shine's fault. And if it were possible for them to keep going, that'd be great. I think it was a lot of straws altogether, and then one big thing that broke it. And I'm pretty pissed about it, honestly. I'm not joking.
And you're not leaking any exclusives on the episode today.
This one, I love leaking. It is my favorite thing. I am the LA leaker.
As a matter of honor, I must deduct points for that. But
I understand
for invoking something that you can't specify or talk about in detail. But I do understand your perspective. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have to say it's a bit of a bummer to me. I kind of always talked about Shine as the one tournament that sort of like popped up and became a major without having any sort of like huge legacy behind it in the same way that like a Genesis or a Big House does. Mm-hmm. And it's really tough to do that, I think. I think you can do it under certain circumstances, like Riptide being, a continuation of Smash and Splash and having such a strong concept allowed it to just like be super strong right out of the gate. But like, I think it's kind of a sign that we sort of have to rethink the way that we come up with new big events in a way. Like you kind of do have to have a really strong concept. You can't just sort of put yourself out there as like, hey, this is going to be the big one for whatever region that we're going to be in and just expect people to jump on board with it. I think you have to bring a little bit something more to the table. And for a while, Shine did that really well. I mean, I think we all have great memories of that tournament. And, it was super well run. The bracket format was really good and all of that stuff. But yeah, I think that it's tough. And we have to kind of imagine some new stuff to bring to the table in that regard.
Okay.
I think It was really, the strength of the New England scene. They had so many players, Matt Dodd Seb, G-Town Tom, Rorik, everyone who was, of course, stock money. All of the various like organizational players, and then also, the actual players as well. They had this massive scene from TMG, and it really just made it possible to run a major. And I think you lose like a couple of linchpins here or there. It makes it harder, but I think this one just came down to financials.
Okay. Let's move on to our next topic. Smash Camp is up next. Polish, Axe, Salt, Fiction, and Spark seem to be the most likely contenders to win. Who do you think will succeed? And will any person who makes top 3 in Melee also place top 3 on a 3v3 basketball team? Chroma, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just running it through. Like, I don't doubt Goatlich's ability to both get top 3 in this and then also just absolutely destroy people on the court. I think basketball is going to be really tough. If you've seen the people there, they come to play, and there were a couple of flukes last year. You had some injuries, you had some blown ACLs. I think this year there are going to be a lot of people coming for vengeance. I think basketball is just going to be too hard for any of our gamers, unless can Salt Ball, is she just like nasty with it?
I feel
I'm
like
thinking
Salt
it
can
through.
ball.
Yeah, that
I feel like Salt can ball, so I was going to talk about it.
Oh, please do.
Oh, I mean, I have no like knowledge. I'm just thinking Salt can ball. Like that was going to be my pick. Like she just had the vibe. Like top 3 Melee. I think we see Fiction and Salt on the court, and they both get respectable top 3. I don't know who their teams are, but I think Shep off the Shrooms has got a good chance of winning 3v3.
What about On?
What about what?
On.
I think on and off mean the same thing.
Yeah,
No.
The definition is the same.
I don't think Fiction can win this tournament, but Fiction understands exactly what Smash Camp is supposed to be about. Testing your mental in the woods in a box made of your own creation.
Yeah.
It's not about Melee there.
I don't think that any of our top 8 are going to do particularly well in basketball, but I do think, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Axe's dad was a martial arts instructor in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And so maybe in the truest sport of all, close quarters combat, Axe would just kick all of our asses and then win the tournament. And I am hoping kind of that is what happens here.
Who do you think will be the highest combined play or the lowest combined if you add their Melee placement with their basketball placement as a percentage of the overall entries, right? Ignore the kind of math problems. Who will have the best average across the 2 events?
It's going to be Tuesday. Tuesday, the commentator. Tuesday will win basketball, and if they enter Melee, are they going?
Yeah, Tuesday signed up.
All right, yeah, Preston is going to get top 16 in Melee somehow. I just know it. And then we'll win basketball, and that's going to be it. That's going to be a wrap. And I think Fiction will actually defeat Axe in close quarters combat. I saw that boxing match. He got punched in the face so many times, and it didn't matter. Not at any point. It was terrifying. He was just gritting. He was screaming. Unless, Hugo, you are going to Smash Camp and entering. I fear you very much.
I am not. But in my mind, the more people decide to not try and fuck around at Smash Camp, the more I think Spark is going to win based on his Smash the Record performance at a charity tournament back in 2018.
Or his
he ended up tryharding, not realizing that people were playing with items on or on it, etc.
So I'm going to say it. Spark straight up beat AMSA at Smash Camp when they played.
Yeah.
And beat Mango. I think they were both practicing relatively hard and not significantly drunker than they would be. I actually don't think AMSA drank at all, but I can't really say that. I just wanted to.
I would agree.
People get it twisted, but Mango did spend that whole tournament in the cabin with Johnny.
I didn't see him once.
Dang.
Sorry, Mikey, go ahead.
No, that's all I had to say. You're right. Yeah.
Wow. Riveting. Wills, what do you think?
Highest average is still going to have to be Salt for me, but I think it'll be surprising to see how well Logan could do in Melee and how bad they will do on the court.
Logan has heart.
I couldn't imagine Logan setting up a screen. It's not going to work out.
Wet from the 3-point line.
Logan unfortunately lasted about 3 minutes out there on the court.
Hey, what did you got to help me with the basketball play? Embiid. What did Embiid Google when he wanted to learn how to shoot 3-pointers?
White man shooting 3-pointer or something like that. He was
Logan's
talking about
got it. Logan's going 85%.
The elbows always tucked, his J is always wet.
He's a problem. Shows up 35 years old with sweat, with sweats
Just
and
drenched,
tube outs.
like just drenched. Logan
It's
doesn't
over.
have that swagger though. You know, like when you like shoot the points and you like pop your shirt back. Like Logan can't pull that one off.
Could it be
Logan
taught?
can.
Could it be
I
taught?
feel like that kind of drip is not taught. I feel like look. Embiid learned how
You
to
haven't
shoot,
met Logan.
but Logan can't do it. Logan can't drip.
I say
Embiid,
Logan gets
can do
7 blocks a game.
7.
Yeah, Logan just
7 blocks on who?
that's fat.
SFAT balls over Logan. That's like
No,
SFAT
SFAT
SFAT is
doesn't want to
too
get
young.
physical with Logan
That's
and
7-11.
try shooting and then gets blocked.
How did Logan do in the Summit 3v3 cheat?
He had to stop playing after a couple minutes. I told him. That's
Oh,
what
no.
happened.
They've been working on their stamina.
Okay, let's go to our wow. That is it for topics, which means we have to go to our tiebreaker, and this is an honest to goodness, essentially, 4-way tie. I've screwed it again. Let's see what we've got. Everybody is going to be able to participate. Our tiebreaker for this week's episode. Will you play League of Legends with me? Why or why not? Let's start with our person with the lowest point score, Chroma09.
Jack, you know I love you. You know that I know that you would love to play League with me. We've talked about characters, we've talked about intro, and I think that we like doing things and talking about stuff together. There is no world that I'm going to play League with you. It is an evil game. I don't like you when you play League. Josh Man has talked to me about this. And do you know how hard it is to play League if you don't play League? You have to play so many games. You have to get so many levels. You got to get all the special charms and all the weird stuff. Can we please just go to the gym and have a nice time? Or I will read the Silmarillion with you. I will do that with you. I will not play this godforsaken game. V-Money uninstalled the game finally within 36 hours. Matches on Tinder. Says, how are you doing today, handsome? Reconsider your life, Jack.
To be clear, I only play duo queue now. I only play when I have friends to play with, which is why
That's
I'm asking
not better.
y'all.
You're terrorizing all
And
of them. You're
secondly,
ruining
Chroma,
relationships.
you have to stop listening. Josh Man is doing this propaganda because he doesn't want to play with me, and he had one call where I flame my 80 carry. I play with Ipengu all the time, and we are lovely and having a great time.
It's not a great. You two both seem miserable after you play. The game is evil. It is the ring. It is spreading you like butter over
You're
so much
smoking.
bread,
What do you
Jack.
think, Mikey?
Hey, I got a proposition for you. Not only will I play, but we got a full squad here.
That's not a full squad.
Oh.
You need
We'll
5.
put in there and get a 5-stack going, and it'll be a great time.
Yeah. Wills, what do you think?
I think that I'm only willing to play with you when I know your life is going too good. I need to play League with you. Maybe hear you like call my opponent a couple words. I need you to humble yourself when we're playing League. I only want to play League if we're both in it to feel bad.
Oh, you want to be a little masochistic?
Well, it's like, why would I play League to feel good? I'm not stupid.
That's
I
right.
love the power of teamwork.
Yeah, like let me get you back down. Let me level you out.
Okay, I hear you.
Drag
Hugs,
each
what do you
other
think?
down into the abyss.
I'm gonna go ahead and say absolutely not, Jack. As I get older, as I age, day by day, I find myself wanting to play, games that are less demanding of my mechanical prowess, and games of the mind is what I'm interested in now. So I'm gonna have to say no
Games
to
of the
League.
mind. Yeah.
Games of the mind. Yes.
I love that turn of phrase, but here I gotta give it to the cheat for bringing up the 5-stack. He knows what it means to play a team game.
Mickey Mouse MacBook Mikey.
All right, the
steals
cheat is the
another
winner of
episode.
Fourside Fights. We're gonna take it. We're gonna have a little bit of a break. We're gonna get it set up. Chroma and Will and Hugs are we're too incompetent to have Slippy setups ready, so they're gonna have to call upon champions to play with them in the Fourside fight today.
Hi. Hello. I have won Fourside Fights again.
Alone.
Yeah, with the power of TO friendship.
We cheated, but it's okay.
Yeah, no,
Watch
it's perfectly
Smash
fine.
Camp.
Yeah, watch Smash Camp this weekend. Twitch.tv/BTS. I have a exclusive also. I mean, I think we all kind of knew this, but the BTS channel, it lives.
It
We're
lives
gonna-
on.
We're gonna keep having tournaments on there.
We actually got kind of a lot of questions about that at Major Upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think something that was maybe missed is that they'd never actually said in all of their long-winded whatever that BTS was closing, just that they're firing everybody. Right? So it still exists. They still have their assets. It makes sense that they'll continue to use the channel, and it even benefits them. So, and it helps us out too. So thank you, LD, and everyone that still works on that stuff. It was great for Major Upset, and it's gonna be great for Smash Camp.
Yeah.
Please tune in.
Hit me up, honestly, if you want to have your tournament on the channel.
Oh,
I'm still managing that,
thank
so.
you, Margo in chat. Everyone sign up for Combo Breaker. Standard reg ends in like 7 days or something. Save
God,
money.
so
Go
soon.
register. It's like next month.
It's Memorial Day weekend,
Memorial
too, so
Day
you probably
weekend.
have Monday off.
In Chicago, easy to fly to. Beautiful weather. There's food there, I think.
Probably somewhere.
Somewhere.
Is Leffen coming?
Leffen will be at Combo Breaker.
Nice.
He'll be there. So you should also be there. For Melee, preferably, but for whatever.
What else
it's
can
fine.
we? Subscribe to the Patreon, of course.
Yes. Polish is going. It's definitely in Chicago, for sure.
Well, it's wow.
We don't talk about the street address, but it's in Chicago. This is a really fast match. It's so fast. There's nothing happening. It's 2 low tiers in peach.
Could we time out the Fourside fight?
What?
Is it possible? Well, I mean, I assume it just works how a normal match works, and whoever has the lowest percentage / highest odds.
Is the
Just
Fourside
wins.
fighter?
Yeah.
Maybe everyone loses because it's supposed to be a Fourside fight, not a Fourside stall fest. Am I right?
This is Jack's Fourside fight debut, also.
No, this is Hugs 86. What do you mean?
Right.
He's channeling the energy of an ancient being. Sorry, that was uncalled for. Kind of bad. Why did Tori pick Kirby of all low tiers? You should have picked like Bowser. Equally bad, but can kill at least.
Bowser's banned on Fourside Fights.
Bowser's banned.
It's kind of like how you know how everyone plays Mario Party, all like the yard boys,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
We have a rule that Donkey Kong is banned because we had a friend Dave, right? And we there was this period in 2015 where we would hang out like every day, like our squad. He was part of it. And one day he just disappeared and never contacted us ever again. And he played Donkey Kong in Mario Party, and so we retired Donkey Kong's number permanently.
Wait, did you ever find out like what happened?
No. Yeah, we don't know.
God.
We assumed he was from Washington. We assumed he moved back there, but yeah, he just ghosted forever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Shout out Dave, I guess, you motherfucker.
You guys gotta start approaching. This is killing me.
3:33 on the clock, baby.
Oh my god. Like, I guess counting the SDs, this is probably still only 4.5 minutes.
Jack
Or 4 minutes.
cooking.
Jack.
Oh, Mr. Saturn just ate all of that.
Oh my god, broken
Team
shield.
combo?
This is the worst team combo I've ever seen. You guys should be ashamed.
Formal protest. Connor did not win this episode, Jack.
It's my laptop.
I get to do whatever. It's my
Oh.
Mikey's time. Shut the fuck up, Chroma.
Okay. Will's setting up the barrage now. On top of the Monotoli building. The moon's going crazy back there. Do you see that?
Yeah, why is it vibrating so much?
It's not a perfect.
Jack, do a super wave dash off the thing.
Oh, that would be insane. It keeps your momentum when you slide off of it. So like you voodoo dash and it's like a super voodoo dash.
Yeah.
With reach.
You just like fly across the map.
Yeah.
You know everyone can voodoo dash technically.
Oh yeah, I know. Zane learned about Marth voodoo dashing from me, and I saw him use it in a tournament.
So it's like you're his coach.
Yeah, exactly. He came up to me because I posted a clip. I posted a clip on Twitter, and he came up to me at Summit and was like, "I saw your voodoo dash clip," and I was playing Marth at the time. So he was like, "This is the sword guy, huh?" And I felt so scared in that moment when he was watching me.
It's like watching, or you're trying to shoot a 3 in front of Damian Lillard.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that.
It's exactly like that. I would know. I'm best friend with good old Dame.
Mm-hmm. Dame Dalla. This is close now.
Yeah.
And there's a minute 15 on the clock.
I think it should go to time for fun. So Jack, don't lose.
Yeah,
your
I mean the
first and
UFO.
only.
The UFO is gonna help.
Can Kirby even
No,
get
yeah,
there?
we could get there.
Oh, okay. No magnifying glass percent. I actually think Tori's gonna win
Oh,
by getting a hit that kills.
we
Good
there.
Oh,
Whoa!
I can't believe this.
unbelievable!
Jack wins. the
Carried, so carried.
fight?
I did it again.
Never before seen.
I wanted to
Jack.
find out so bad.
Jack, you did it.
Low scoring episode.
See exactly how my hosting translates into Melee. Let's go.
Amazing.
I take my first fight win.
Ah,
That's right. That one's for Chroma. I can always win if I'm playing for Chroma.
He's so much better when he's playing under Chroma West. Well done. Great fight.
All right, that is our show. Congratulations to the cheat for winning the Fourside fight. Congratulations to me for winning the fight on Fourside. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. I don't know. Have a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Peace.
bye.
I don't have an outro catchphrase yet.